Manny grew up in the Philippines, in a church where the people sincerely loved God. But the message landed like a spiritual fitness boot camp with no water breaks. Every sermon seemed to say the same thing in a new outfit. Prove yourself, stay sharp, don't slip, and whatever you do, don't make God regret picking you. So Manny tried. He prayed hard, sang loud, volunteered often, and monitored his own thoughts like an underpaid security guard. But instead of peace, he developed a constant fear that one mistake, one real, ugly, unfiltered mistake, would make God finally say, "You know what? I've seen enough." That fear did not make him holy. It made him tired. And when Manny got tired, he got reckless. If he stumbled, shame would whisper, "Well, your record is ruined now. Might as well go full disaster." So he'd disappear into nights of loud music, cheap drinks, neon lights, and bad decisions that looked fun on Instagram and felt like gravel in the soul by sunrise. He'd wake up with a pounding head, a hollow chest, and the same old panic. I've done it now. This time God has definitely let go. Then life took a strange turn. Manny wandered into a small boxing gym because a friend said it was cheap, local, and better than spiraling dramatically in public. The gym smelled like old leather, effort, and humility. On the far wall hung a heavy bag patched up with so much tape it looked like it had its own testimony. That's where he met Coach Elias. Elias was a boxing trainer with quick hands, a calm voice, and the odd habit of saying things about Jesus between combinations. "Again," he'd say while Manny worked the mitts. "Left, right, slip, and also, God is not looking for a reason to throw you away." At first, Manny thought, great, surprise sermon with cardio. But Elias wasn't preachy in the usual way. He didn't talk like a man selling religious pressure in a nicer package. He talked like someone who had actually met grace. One evening, after Manny had a terrible round and an even worse mood, he muttered, "I keep messing up. Spiritually, I mean. I try, then I fail bigger. I don't think I'm built for this." Elias leaned on the ropes and said, "You think Jesus is holding you by your performance. That's why you're always scared. But John 10:28 says, 'I give to them the gift of eternal life, and they will never be lost. And no one has the power to snatch them out of my hands.' Eternal life is a gift, Manny, not a reward for acting impressive." Manny just stared. Elias went on, "You've been living like one bad round means you're cut from the team. But Jesus doesn't drop his people because they're weak. That's when he trains them. The real question isn't whether he'll keep you. He will. The real question is whether you'll trust him enough to notice his hand in your life, even in the hard rounds." That truth hit Manny harder than any punch he'd ever taken. Slowly, everything changed. He still had to unlearn the fear. He still had bad days. But now, when he fell, he didn't hear "disowned." He heard, "Get up, son. We're still here." He began to see gifts in moments he used to call pointless. Breath in his lungs during roadwork at sunrise. Laughter in the locker room. The steady wrap of tape around his hands. The strange peace after honest prayer. Even the discipline of boxing became a picture of grace. He wasn't training to earn belonging, but because he already had it. Under Elias, Manny became a real fighter, focused, sharp, dangerous in the ring, humble outside it.
Eventually, he won a regional title, belt raised high, sweat dripping, crowd roaring. But the real championship had happened long before the decision was announced. Manny had learned that Jesus does not save with one hand and let go with the other. He holds, he keeps, he finishes what he starts. And from then on, whether he was winning, healing, sweating, praying, or simply standing in line buying bottled water and boiled eggs like a very serious athlete, Manny carried a new peace. No one could snatch him from the hands of Christ. Not failure, not fear, not even Manny.